So, as of now, it's been about 5 years since Smash Bros. Ultimate came out. And throughout all of the past Smash games and the roster of Ultimate ending with Sora, it made me realize that I really miss character reveals. That was the biggest thing we loved from the build-up, speculating who would get in and how they would work, and now I want to list my top 10 favorite of those reveals. Keep in mind that this is including every single reveal in Smash history. And when I mean all of them, I mean all the ones from WiiU and onwards because... I don't know. I also want to clarify one thing. These are not my favorite characters to play as in Smash. So despite how there are characters I really don't play, their trailers are really what's up. Okay, we good? Cool. Let's do this. So before I start, I want to clarify something. I love trailers that have a different art style rather than the normal CGI trailers. Sometimes I prefer the anime look, the in-game engine, a different style entirely, or something like a comic book. And speaking of which... Oh. You turned off the video. Okay, I know what people are gonna say. People are gonna say how this is probably one of the most underperforming trailers for a Smash character. And while I agree, there is something more to this. ARMS isn't a very successful game on the Switch, we all know that. But I do want to say how the art style is one of my favorite things about the game. And don't even get me started on the music, which was well delivered in here. I know this is probably gonna piss a lot of people off, but Minmin's trailer actually reminds me of a comic book styled show or an anime CG scene. Which is the point of the trailer. And sure, we knew that there would be an Arms fighter announced as it was teased in a direct mini, but the question was, well, who? People wanted Springman because of the assist trophy curse, which I did kind of agree on. Not sure if many people know this, but the assist trophies have a coding to where they can't appear sometimes. An easy example is with Alucard, where you can't summon him on the Wii Fit Studio because of the mirrors. And while I agree that it would have been way sicker to see an assist trophy be playable, it makes sense for it to be someone the fans wanted. Or the creator. But back to the topic of the trailer itself. This one seems so action-packed. I love how everyone is trying to fight for the invitation and they all use their most iconic arm piece. And while there are other trailers in Smash that seem to show the characters fighting for the invitation, this one is an easy example as to how impactful that is through motion and the art style. And the best part about all of this is how they got the voice actor of Captain Pokken back, only to strap on some noodles. That's just amazing. And if people think Min-Min is more underwhelming than Byleth, which would you ever prefer? A comic book style trailer? Or anime? Oh wait a minute. So during Smash 4's development, people started figuring out that every character would have 8 alternate costumes. And while it was exciting to have more colors for our existing fighters, it was more exciting when alternate costumes were new fighters entirely. Okay. Hear me out. I know that this was heavily leaked beforehand. While I wasn't following any Nintendo news during the time, I can see why people would be upset about this. Another Mario character when Resuna was already shown and this character wasn't other Mario characters people actually wanted. Yeah, I can see why it'd be upsetting. But I still found the trailer to be, honestly, more epic than it needed to be. For a character like Bowser Jr., it didn't need to go that hard, and I think it deserves it when the Koopalings pop up. Again, because of the addition of 8 alternate costumes, they just decided, what if we made the costumes characters themselves? It feels like Bowser Jr. was really the birth of Echo Fighters for Ultimate. The trailer is sort of goofy because it's trying to be serious for Bowser Jr., but something about the atmosphere feels oddly amazing. When you factor in childhood nostalgia as a reason to want a character in Smash, it actually makes total sense. You can have some nostalgia for a game that was released a month ago to 10 years ago and still love it. Especially when the character that you wanted hasn't been alive for over 10 years. So it starts to spark that inner childhood joy when they finally get added to Smash. Some could say that it's a missing piece. This trailer does a lot right with fan service. When we first saw this in the Nintendo E3, we were caught so off guard with people already being shown at the very start. We know how it starts with throwing you off by showing off the intro to the Cable trailer, but with Cable added at the end. Which makes us think it's gonna be another villain, but then it looks like a cut to the original trailer, but with Cable? And then it becomes clear when the puzzle piece bounces across the floor. It's Rare! Rare is the original company who made Donkey Kong Country. The way that Nintendo makes us wonder who it is before throwing us off is one of my favorite things about Smash trailers. The fact that a single puzzle piece bouncing across the floor made the internet explode again was just so wholesome. Spider-Man being played was the cherry on top with that victorious swinging from Banjo returning. Man, do you remember when people preferred having Banjo over Steve and then Steve got it anyways? Do I really need to explain? It's a Smash 4 Mega Man trailer. I don't think there's a single person who thinks that this trailer is bad. Mega Man being a character that people thought was dead for so long, finally appearing in Smash was great. But let's say you're someone like me who doesn't know what a Mega Man is. Watching this trailer makes me want to play Mega Man. Seeing the trailer play out is so amazing. The newcomer alarm sounding off at the beginning to everyone looking back to see who it is within the close-up shot. And then seeing the hammer turn on with the rock guitar playing was just so goddamn good! Proceeding to have Mega Man beaten up to showcase the robot abilities is also a nice transition. Like, what hasn't been said already? So now we go from a trailer everyone loves to a trailer that only I love. So, how biased am I for this? Yeah, a lot. I mean, this was the trailer that got me screaming when it was announced. And sometimes I occasionally go back to watch it because it had characters I wanted in Smash. Some of the other characters released in Ultimate I had known about, but I found didn't really ask for. And when they were characters I liked, it was only because I had played their games after their announcement. This one is all biased because Xenoblade just means a lot to me, and the trailer playing out how it did was just so heartwarming to me. The final part where Shulk and Pyra clash a sword was just so magical to see in Smash Bros. There are certain events in history that can end up being groundbreaking and memorable. People will always say that they were there when Avengers Endgame hit theaters, other live reactions to upcoming games, or seeing how big corporations are indicating websites like YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. Oh, never mind, it crashed. Steve. Actually, not even Steve. Just the fact that Minecraft is in Smash feels too unreal. And it still doesn't feel real because most times it feels like he's playing in creative mode. When Steve was announced for Smash, everyone was losing their minds to the point of Twitter breaking and crashing within seconds of it happening. Granted, there were a lot of people who were upset, but whether you like it or not, Minecraft being in Smash is a big deal. Everyone knows that Minecraft is the best-selling video game of all time. It's honestly something I feel like is more iconic than Pokemon's highest grossing media. And it's a game that feels right at home for Smash, even when it looks very out of place. Minecraft's energy as a game is just too fitting for Smash. I almost feel as if Steve should have been the last fighter. Steve's reveal was pretty much everyone's reaction with Mario's... Wait, how'd you even get in here? To have the gameplay shown was so identical to Minecraft that they had to say it's Smash gameplay. Like, what? I forgot to mention this, but every single trailer from number 5 onwards is what I consider to be life-changing moments for Smash. And it's sad that this number 4 spot happens to be the last one.
Let's go!
Sora is a character who's been requested to be in Smash Bros. For years. And I just wanted to say that I always had a feeling that Sora would be the final character. Even though I didn't want him in, I knew that he would be the perfect ending to Smash. Because of the fact that not only was he the number 1 most requested character for Smash 4's ballot, but how Iwata literally took that fact to his grave. And Sora is what I feel like is a good note to end on because of the fanbase. Kingdom Hearts is heavily loved in both Japan and the West. So this sort of feels like it was meant to satisfy almost everyone. I say almost because, yeah, some people weren't too happy about it. But honestly, what character would be a better ending to Smash, a game about taking video games and making them crossover into one giant game, than the video game character who's known for crossing over into other different worlds? Well, it doesn't excuse the fact that we have 13 Soras now.
I am thou. Thou art I.
December 6th of 2018 at the Game Awards was mere minutes away from Super Smash Bros. Ultimate releasing to the public. The announcement for Game of the Year is soon, with God of War, Spider-Man, Assassin's Creed, Red Dead Redemption, Monster Hunter, and Celeste as the nominees. And right before that happens, someone has infiltrated the theater. Joker climbs in and has stolen the treasure. But it was almost like the treasure was given to him. He shows what he stole to the audience, and it happened. The circle where 2 slashes cut through was shown of Joker finally coming to Smash. Arsene being summoned on the screen with a vow to rage against all challengers. This was amazing, and some would say it was a last surprise. This was a moment that changed history. When the very first Smash for Switch trailer released, everyone went wild on the speculation of who would make the cut. Everyone tried looking through the silhouettes within the flames, trying to figure out how many of their perfect characters would make it. people were just so scared that their character wouldn't be in the next Smash game. Not to mention, there was no name for the game. It was just called Super Smash Bros., and that's it. And at the following E3 of 2018, before the showcase, Sakurai specifically knew what we would be wondering who would join the roster. Okay, yes, we were all excited for who's coming back. But then he says how...
The number next to each fighter signifies the order in which they joined the Super Smash Bros. Series.
Which, why a number? Why not the game they originated from? Like Mario from 64, Morph from May, and Old Mario from Brawl. Whoa! Was shown right there, really made time stand still. Mario pops up with the redone backward look, and then it immediately goes to Sam. Wait, I thought they said they would go in order. So, Mario was number 1, and now it's 4 with Samus. Weird choice, but okay. Bowser has a new Final Smash? What is going on? Wait, hold on! Link has his Breath of the Wild look, cool! And even has the bombs from Breath of the Wild. We got more veterans than Zelda? You're looking a bit different, yeah. Vulture is back? Okay, that seems kinda odd to bring back Vulture without a new Animal Crossing on the console. Mana and Mewtwo are back, looking pretty good. Wait, Sonic is back? So, they are having third-party characters. Peach is here, and wait, Toad is actually doing stuff? What? Pikachu is good to go, so that's cool. Ice Climbers! How many characters are in this game? Wait, Inkling pops up with 64. There were 64 characters in this game? Falcon has a zoom in and Wii Fit Trainer? Okay, I know Villager was an odd thing to bring up, but Wii Fit? That's very odd. Squirtle! Okay, wait, Pokemon Trainer? Ness and Lucas too? Wait, Ryu from the DLC is getting in also. Gandalf has a new design? Ike is here and Cloud? Square allowed that? We only got 2 songs. How are they allowing Cloud? Snake? Everyone is here. What does that mean? Wait a minute, Pichu? So, everyone. This whole presentation was just magical. Casually saying those numbers at the start made fans wonder, what are the numbers? It's because we're getting every single fighter here. Even showing Inkling as 64 when you're reacting to it live and you can't process that there have been 64 characters in Smash history. And while Snake is the main highlight, the most hyped character ever in this is Pichu. Because of the fact that people were still wondering as to what everyone meant, Pichu showing up right after Snake basically confirms, yes, everyone. And throughout the rest of the showcase, Sakurai then states that making the impossible possible is what he believes the players have wanted for so long. And it's even shown through the gameplay mechanics. The ability to turn Omega Form and Battlefield on every stage, updated characters, and it goes on. Fans at this point were screaming with hype that this game really does deserve the title of Ultimate. But when Sakurai stated that we hope we don't expect too many new fighters, we also would have agreed that it would have been totally fine if that was the case. But then he followed up with the biggest trailer to show how far they would go. You know, at first I was just going to include the Everyone Is Here part for this spotlight. I'm putting the entire E3 showcase. Yeah, I know it's cheating by basically putting a 20-minute reveal for several things, but really made it too hard for me to separate them. I wasn't a big fan of Metroid at the time, but even I knew that this was a big deal. The fact that they showed that Ridley would be a fighter when Sakurai had stated why he wasn't in due to his size, this shows how much they would commit to this game being the ultimate crossover. And it follows up with the winner of the Fighters Battle for Smash 4 being the final character because fans wanted Sora in for so long. But, again, as much as this was the best Smash reveal, this was not my favorite. And now for the honorable mentions. The Palutena trailer was nice to see as an art style that was hand-drawn, and Dark Pit at the end was a nice touch. Simon & Richards' trailer was good fan service to the franchise, and Luigi dying. Cloud? It's Cloud. Canon and Xenoblade was a fun way to fill in characters who were based around fighting. Kazuya's went hard with the Tekken references and the announcer. Sonic broke the internet, and Sans broke the internet again. Okay. I know I just claimed how the entire E3 2018 showcase is my second favorite Smash review ever. And I am guessing how many people are not happy about that being number 2. But this is my list, and I can do whatever I want. So before we get into the number 1 spotlight, I want to tell a bit of backstory about myself. One of my favorite things in all of video games are the soundtracks for the games within them. In fact, it's fair to say that it's my favorite genre of music, even though people may say otherwise. But that's because a lot of it can tie to memories we've had when we heard that song in the game. One of the earliest examples for me is Sealed Ground from Sunflower Zero Gravity, as I listened to the song several times when I was young. But the thing is, music in gaming can go more than beyond just memories or nostalgia. It can be a song that makes you realize where it came from in simple notes. An obvious one is Megalovania, because of the first 4 notes being played from the memes. There's another song that is the sole reason as to why this reveal is my favorite in all of Smash. I want you to go back in time. You're sitting in your chair, watching the 2020 Game Awards, and then you hear the words mumble out of Jeff Keighley's mouth.
Everyone is here! Or at least I thought everyone was here. It does sound like we're still expecting someone else to arrive.
You sit up in your chair knowing that it's a reference to a crossover unlike any other. It has to be big. Could it be Crash Bandicoot jumping in and causing somewhat of chaos? Or maybe Doom Guy slaying at demons with Isabelle as them referencing the memes? And then the trailer plays out. And out of nowhere, you see all the fighters facing Galeem. Almost as if it was during the halfway point of World of Light before Darkon would show up. A being that took a pink puffball to warp out to escape and save the Endeavors. Everyone looks up in desperation. The camera is focusing on Pit. Could it be another Chaos character? Maybe Hades or Medusa? And before what would be the moment when Galeem totters the final blow, everything falls silent. Something isn't right. You look up to see Galeem falling apart. Something slices in one swing. And you sit there wondering, who is so powerful enough to one-shot the final boss? And then, you hear it. The boss music everyone fears and despairs. And you see Cloud, a character who has never appeared in a CD trailer for Smash, speak his name.
Sephiroth.
And just like that, the true final boss appeared. Everything that I just said is the perfect example as to how powerful this song is. They start the trailer in a dramatic build-up, and instead of having Sephiroth appear at the same time as the music, no! They showed you that someone one-shot Galeem, made you wonder who is overpowered to do that, then play his theme, zoom in on his blurry silhouette, and then show Cloud realizing the threat that they all have to face. And it's weird, because even though Pyra and Mythra got me screaming of excitement, I kinda knew that it was a Smash reveal by how they started and the direction it took. And then there's Joker, a character from one of my favorite games ever, that I only found out about after his review in Smash. Sephiroth is the exact thing I love about most Smash trailers. A build-up as to who it could be, and once it hits you, it was nothing you were expecting, and it hypes you up. And Sephiroth has one of the best Smash trailers with fan service. They recreated Advent Children scenes in Smash. And the fact that they gave so much passion towards this one DLC slot. They updated Cloud's Final Smash to be Omniscience version 5. Sephiroth's classic mode is a boss rush. The amount of music that was added when we only had 2 songs. more Mii costumes of Tifa, Barret, and Aerith. For his Team Victory screen, it looks like he killed his teammates and stole the victory himself. And one of the best things was a limited time mode to where you can unlock Sephiroth early by fighting him. It's so damn cool. And what's funny is that I haven't even played much of FF7, let alone heard this song much. But the moment I heard it, I knew the game it was from and I knew how screwed the roster would be. And people may have some complaints as to how he's just another anime sword fighter. But here's the thing, he's not just another anime sword fighter, he's the anime sword fighter.
Win!